What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey, and today we're going to cover the Miami Heat visiting the Philadelphia 76ers. This game will be played at 7 p.m. Line opened up over under at 208. Still sitting at 208, and it's Philly -5. Uh, the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers will meet Wednesday night for the Eastern NBA play-in at the Wells Fargo Center. The winner of this game will play the Knicks, and the loser plays the winner of the Hawks Bulls. All right, so when you're looking at these two teams, you're looking at the injury report first because, of course, with Miami, you know they've had injuries all season long, and in Philadelphia, you know they have their most important players on the injury report. So let's go ahead and start. For Miami, you got Duncan Robinson. He's questionable, hindered due with a back injury, uncertain if he'll play. Terry Rozier, also questionable, battling neck spasm. Still don't know if he's going to play. Kevin Love, questionable. He's tending to upper left arm contusion, and it's still unclear if he'll be available. Of course, Josh Richardson's out. And when you're looking at Philadelphia, Joel Embiid is probable. He's still managing that left knee injury, but it's projected he will play. Robert Covington is out. KJ Martin, he's going to be questionable. Still nursing that big toe contusion. And DeAnthony Melton is still questionable, and he's dealing with a back injury. All right, so when you're looking at these two teams, you're talking about a Miami Heat team that recently beat the Raptors and Hawks while losing to the Mavericks and Pacers. The Miami Heat are averaging 110.1 points per game on 46.5% shooting and allowing 108.4 points on 46.7% shooting. Tyler Hero is averaging 20.8 points and 5.3 rebounds, while Jimmy Butler is averaging 20.8 points and 5.3 rebounds as well. Bam Adebayo is in the third spot for double-digit scores, and Terry Rozier is grabbing 4.2 boards a game. The Miami Heat are shooting 37% from beyond the arc and 81.8% from free throw line, whereas the Philadelphia 76ers are coming off wins over the Raptors, Thunder, Heat, Grizzlies, Spurs, Pistons, Magic, and Nets. The Philadelphia 76ers are averaging 114.6 points per game on 46.4% shooting and allowing 111.5 points on 46.8% shooting. Joel Embiid is averaging 34.7 points per game with 5.6 assists, while Tyrese Maxey is averaging 25.9 points per game and 3.7 rebounds. Tobias Harris is in the third double-digit score spot, and Kelly Oubre Jr. is grabbing 5 rebounds a game. All right, so when you're talking about these two teams and how they've matched up the last 10 times they played, Miami runs this series 6-4 straight up, 6-4 against the spread, and 4 to the over, 6 to the under in the last 10. How these two teams have played 4 times this season, and it's 2-2. The first 2 were won by Miami, and the last 2 were won by Philly. Last game was played April 4th. The score was 109 to 105. Philly also covered twice this year, and Miami covered twice this year. They only covered when they win for both these teams. And first game of the year went over. Last game of the year went over. 2 games in the middle went under. Okay. And then when you're looking at that, which is key because this line is set at 208, and this line they have gone under that 208 number whenever they're set around that number. 1, 2, 3 times. 3 out of 4 times when it's set around this number, it goes under when these two teams do meet. That's a very important number to remember. Okay, and we're talking about situationally. Okay, you're talking about two teams where Miami, as an away underdog, is 16-9 against the spread, and Philly, as a home favorite, they are 21-11. With equal rest, these teams, Miami comes in 18-25-1, whereas Philly comes in 29-17. When you look at these two teams straight up in this situation, as an away underdog, Miami is 11-14, and as a home favorite, Philadelphia is 23-9 straight up. Over under in this current situation, as an home favorite, Philadelphia goes 18 to the over, 14 to the under, whereas as an away underdog, Miami goes 8 to the over and 17 to the under. With equal rest, it's a 50-50 split with Philly, 23-23, and same with Miami, 22-22. Okay, so all right, so when you're looking at these two teams and you're talking about the games that these two teams have played in the last couple weeks, last 10 games, Miami is 7-3 straight up, 6-3-1 against the spread, and 9 to the over, 1 to the under. All right, they have played two straight overs and then one under in the last three. Okay, in the last three games out there, they played Toronto twice and Dallas once. Of course, they beat Toronto both times. Uh, in the last 10, they played four cupcakes, four cupcakes. Because I won't count Houston as a cupcake. They do play hard, so they played four cupcakes out of the five cupcakes out of the 10 last games. How much strength or how much can you really take out of that? Then when you look at Philly is 8-2 straight up in the last 10, 10-0 against the spread in their last 10, and 7 to the over, 3 to the under in their last 10. All right, Philly's coming in on a 8-game win streak, and of course the 10-game cover streak. Their last game out went under, and their last three games are against Magic are cupcakes. They're in the playoffs, but Detroit's cupcake and Brooklyn's a cupcake. The reason I keep mentioning these last three is because what these two teams average in their last three games out there, Miami's averaging 111.7 points per game, giving up 105.7, and Philly's averaging 117.3, giving up 100.3 points. So when you are talking about these two teams, okay, in the last three games and the strength of schedule definitely would have to lean towards. Let's see how many cupcakes they played in their last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both of these teams got 5 cupcakes in their last 10 games, man. You know, so strength of schedule is about even. All right. When you're talking about how these two teams have fared against each other and what they're coming into, like I said, Miami runs this series, but Philly won the last two. All right. And given how Philly is coming into this game, you got to kind of watch out for whether or not Philly is going to be able to come out here and do what makes them Philly. See, Philly is like number one or number two team in free throw attempts on the season. Problem is that when you look at the Miami Heat don't give up free throw attempts. All right, when it comes to free throw attempts, Miami Heat is number 3 in the NBA as far as the lack of putting people on the line. All right, so that's really not going to come through for Philly in this game. All right. And of course, though, when you look at two-point defense, of course, Miami is 20th, but their three-point defense is 5th in the NBA, and that's what really holds them down as far as on the defensive end, man. Is Jimmy Buckets going to come out here and do a playoff Jimmy? That's a big, major question because really ain't seen too much of him this season. But you can't never doubt Jimmy Butler, man. It's like man comes to the playoffs and he puts on a cape and that's it. It's over. It's a wrap. All right. So what is my lean towards this game? Being as how Philly is coming in so hot. All right, they're on this 8-game win streak. 10 games covering straight up, all right? And Miami is coming in this game. They're hot too, but they're only on a 2-game win streak, and it was against 2 cupcakes, all right? But they've been playing a lot of overs. And all those overs do not bode well for the Miami Heat and the style of play that they play. Now, they've only had, in the last 10 games, they've only had 2 spreads or 2 over-unders this low. Okay, and both times it still went over that total. All right, so what is my lean on this game? Man, I'm not gonna lie. I like the Philly team total points over the 103 or 104, depending on where you can get it at. Or I'm sorry, 104, depending on where you're getting at. And I like Miami plus the points. Okay, the reason I like Miami plus the points is because of the fact these two teams are going to play hard. It's playoff ball. We know how playoff Jimmy comes out. But like I said, I do give the advantage to Philly. So I would have to take the points with Miami, and but take Philly's team total over is my lean on the over under. All right. If anybody has any questions, please leave them in the comments, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe. If this information does help you guys, I'll see you guys when you guys come back. All right. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.